Today's workshop is the spirit of service. So this is the H&I and PR workshop. We do have Bridget J here doing the H&I portion of the workshop. As well as John L. handling the PR side of the workshop. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Bridget.
Hey family, I'm Bridget and I'm an addict. So I'm going to read something that most of us are familiar with. It says, we are people in the grip of a continuing and progressive illness whose ends are always the same: jails, institutions, and death.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. And in H&I, which is hospitals and institutions, we go into the first two to hopefully prevent the last one. We carry meetings into jails and detoxes, institutions. We all know we can't force anybody to get this, but we plant a seed. We share our experience, strength, and hope. And in my experience, in every meeting I've been to date, at least one person, you see that light bulb click on. And you see them kind of grasp the reality of this and see that there is hope. We currently go into 4 jails, 1 diversion center, and 1 detox. I'm just going to be real with y'all. We need folks to step up. We understand the basic principle of this program is to carry the message to the still sick and suffering addict. We need people to carry the message to the still sick and suffering addict, and follow through on the commitment of going in there and carrying their experience, strength, and hope. I'm just going to get real with it. Show of hands, how many of us have been in jail? How many of us...
Should have done that. How many have not been? Had less hands to count.
I wasn't counting. How many of us experienced an NA meeting while we were in jail? Wow. So it went from like 30 hands to 4. A lot of what we do with PR. PR helps us... they're our liaison into the normal community, and they help us to build a relationship with the facility so that we can go in there and carry Narcotics Anonymous message of hope. But without commitment from our members, we're not going to get far. For me, H&I has been just freaking gratitude. I leave every meeting I go to grateful. 1, that's not me and they're dope sick. 2, and I know we're not supposed to what if, but I do sometimes. What if NA meetings had come into the jails I was in? What if I had known about NA 10 years before I actually found out about it? So I had no idea this program existed. I'd been in and out of jails 15 years before I found this program. Never had any exposure to it. So getting to go in there and carry our message and let the still sick and suffering know that there is hope. You don't have to wake up every day dope sick and going on missions. There is a chance at a life that doesn't involve 20 dope men in your phone. And that's what H&I tries to provide. Thank you. Unless y'all have any questions.
Golly.
What?
Ouch.
Yes, please, question. What is it, Dwayne? What is it, Dwayne? Yes.
So Derek over there.
Hey,
Derek.
Okay, let's say for recovery, I'd like me to work second shift. how can I get involved, you know? And I can't make those night duties go to the jail, but I would like to have some kind of involvement in some form for me.
So does a recovering addict like yourself work weekends?
It depends. On some Saturdays, you work. I hope it works now. Today, but I told him I have previous things going on and I got to be there. I refuse to work today, so I see it.
So I'm just going to be myself. You make a commitment to H&I to go into a facility, you have a previous thing that you're committed to that you have to be at. But there are jails that we go into on Saturday evenings. We go into Franklin County Jail Saturday afternoon at what, 2? 2 o'clock? And we go into the Athens Clarke County Diversion Center at 6:30 Saturday nights. Thank you. And, you know, a lot of our requirements, most of our requirements for jails is a year's clean time and you can't be on probation. For the diversion center, it's a year's clean time. Probation is not an issue. For the detoxes, it's 6 months clean time. Those are all requirements of the facilities. H&I doesn't make those rules. NA doesn't make those rules. Those are because we work with the facilities, and that's what they require. But we do carry weekend meetings. Day, evening, you, and then, yes, sir.
I was just sitting here thinking about this question. There's also something, I don't know if it would be classified as H&I, but sponsorship behind the walls, where he could possibly write letters back and forth with people that are locked up behind the bars, because we got some people back in Charleston that's all they do because that's what the time will allow them to do, is they're able to write the letters back and forth.
Okay.
Hold on to that idea.
Yes.
Hold on to that.
Please,
Just a second.
please, because that is a great idea.
Yeah, hold on to that just a second.
That wow, I like that. We do something a little similar. We've only gotten like 3 letters so far from residents at the Athens Clarke County Jail, and we spread them out, write them back. I don't know if I would call it sponsorship because, and I'm just going to say unfortunately, in H&I policy we don't sponsor people in the facilities that we go to. That's just something that we follow.
I'm Dwayne, I'm at it.
Hey,
Hey,
Dwayne.
Wayne.
With my schedule and everything, you know, not being able to go, well, probation keeps me from going to the jail, but get them signed up for the MA hotline. You know, it's a phone call for those that are out there suffering. I mean, it's helped me and her drastically to be able to answer the phone and point out another addict who is suffering in the right direction. And that helps me, and I feel that's part of my service work. That's all I have.
Thanks for your
Thank you,
service.
sir.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Hey, Chance.
I actually just joined a few groups on Facebook for NA and like people across the country suffering. Like they get up there and ask for advice and stuff like that. So, and one of the things actually to get accepted in the group is you have to promise or guarantee that you're going to write something back. Like there's a couple groups that I can talk to, people from like Arkansas and like Illinois, that 30 days clean night, they're struggling. You can comment with them and stuff like that. Go back and forth. Do that a little bit. Give me an idea of service.
Thank you for sharing. All right, I'm going to turn this. Yes, Brandon.
So say I want to get involved, I mean, I stay busy, I'll be with a commitment, I'm not going to sign up for every weekend or something here.
It's 1 day a month out of your life. I mean, really.
So it's not a huge,
No. There are a couple of the jails, White County is one, where it's really hard to get volunteers for. We have 2 that follow through on their commitment every single week. But hey, I'm sure they'd love to have a life too and have some help up there.
So if you volunteer at one jail, if you're already on their docket to be a volunteer to bring a meeting in, could you then go to another jail?
It's per facility. It's their requirements, because White County's background check or whatever they do to clear us may not be the same as Athens, Clark counties. So you have to be cleared per facility.
But you could be cleared for both facilities?
Oh, yes.
All right, guys, at this time, thank you, Bridget. We'll go ahead and turn it over to John L.
All right, so I'm just another that named John.
Hey, John.
And I am fortunate enough to be the PR vice chair for our area. And I don't know, after this workshop, y'all may not vote me in to be the chair, but I'm going to do this workshop anyway. A couple of things. One, just what was read in the beginning. It's the anonymity found in our tradition that protect our groups and our members, that allows us to carry the message of recovery to addicts without fear of public exposure. So what PR is that's public ridicule. It's public relations. But I'm willing to step out into society at large. Thank you, baby. Society at large and say, hey, I'm John Langston, I'm an addict. And there's this group of people over here that I'm willing to represent in society at large because we deserve a life. We deserve not to be ridiculed. We deserve not to be looked down on because you know what? Most people that are in recovery that I've seen are some freaking amazing people. We hold down jobs, we pay our bills, we help the economy in whatever area we live in. You know, we're pretty amazing people when we get off the dope. And I'm willing to represent us and say, hey, this group of people deserves these things. Because we do. We do. So not only does PR have to work with, and it says in our literature that we become acceptable, responsible members of society. Well, that's the NA society. But then it teaches us to practice these principles in all our affairs, so we take it outside of those walls. And we become acceptable, responsible, and productive members of society at large. And so I say that to tell y'all this. Not only does PR want to be able to, just what my man was talking about a while ago, that's why I said hold on to that, because we're going to get to something in just a minute. If y'all don't want to participate in a workshop, y'all need to leave now, because we're fixing to participate. But the fact of the matter is, not only does PR have to deal with society at large, but we have to deal with our internal structure as well. And I had a hell of a lot rather deal with the external structure than this internal structure.
I know that shit, guys.
Because we are some bickering, fighting, backstabbing bunch of motherfuckers. I'm just going to let's just put it out there. That's just truth is.
Preach.
So what I want to read is just a little bit right here. That's, you know, this is a basic text, and I read it out of this one, out of that one too, because it's in that one as well. And this is my basic text that I got when I first got into recovery, page number 11, and it might be different in that one.
I got bookmarks everywhere.
Which chapter? What is the narcotics program?
Yeah, right there. Okay, so this is out of What is the Narcotics Anonymous program. Page 11, this here is the Narcotics Anonymous basic text. Just so y'all know I'm not reading this from somewhere way the hell out yonder. It says, we feel totally free to express ourselves within the fellowship because law enforcement agencies are not involved. Our meetings have an atmosphere of empathy. I'm going to stop right there. Do they? Just a question. In accordance with the principles of recovery, we try not to judge. Do we?
We try.
Try not to judge, stereotype, or moralize with each other. Really? That's the basic text telling us there. That ain't John. That's the basic text saying that right there. We try not to judge, stereotype, moralize with each other. We are not recruited, and membership does not cost anything. NA does not do counseling or social services. Is that what that says in that book?
Exact same.
Let her read it out of that one.
All right.
Yeah.
Because this is
Sean and
the
I
newest
met it.
edition.
This
Just
is
so
the
you know.
6th edition. We want our place of recovery to be a safe place. Oh, wait, sorry. Wrong paragraph. We feel totally free to express ourselves within the fellowship because law enforcement agencies are not involved. Our meetings have an atmosphere of empathy. In accordance with the principles of recovery, we try not to judge, stereotype, or moralize with each other. We are not recruited, and membership does not cost anything. NA does not provide counseling or social services.
I think it said the verbatim same thing. Yeah. My point in saying that is this. And I'm fixing to say this, and this is why I made the original comment that I made about y'all may not vote me in after this, but my pathway through Narcotics Anonymous was complete abstinence. And there's a lot of things going on with the program, and I'm going to go ahead and put this out there too, because I want to talk about the OFF. Because if you back way the hell up, way back in the mid-50s with Bill and Bob when they created the AA program, there's some sections in their literature that talks about, that science may one day catch up with recovery. And they left the door open to different things about that perspective. And, just to put it right on out there, what I'm talking about is medicated assisted recovery. There's a lot of people that are coming into this program that I have talked with that say, you know what, I love NA, I love the fellowship, but the people in the rooms have shunned me.
Yeah.
How the fuck are we carrying our message when we're shunning somebody? Bottom line. Because I know me. That was not my pathway for me to get clean. It wasn't. But I know me well enough to know if it had been and somebody would have shunned me, I'd have been like, deuces, or half a deuce. And I'd probably wound up dead.
Yeah.
And I found some statistics. I'm a numbers person. Show me the facts. Show me the evidence, and I'll believe it. And I found some statistics that showed, my thinking is if this person needs some medically assisted recovery, I'm okay with that. I haven't always been, but I am today. Because what I've come to realize is if that person can keep that needle out of their arm
That's right.
long enough for them to get a little sanity in their head, they might can just find some long-term recovery.
That's right.
And I don't know about y'all, but that's what that's what I want. The message I want to carry to somebody is how to have sustained recovery. So in John's minuscule thinking, well, they can do that medically assisted stuff for 6 months or so, and then they need to be coming off that shit, and they need to be being abstinent. That's my thinking.
Dr. John.
Dr. John. And I ain't a religious person, but just so y'all know, there's 4 books of John in the Bible. But anyway.
Higher power, John?
Well,
Higher power, John. Higher
sorry.
power, John.
So anyway, what I have found with the information that I have begun to read is, if you put somebody on a 6-month program with medically assisted recovery and they come off of it and with a physician watching after them, their recovery rate is equal to a 12-step program. Bottom line, it is equal to a 12-step program. However, if you allow them to prolong that medically assisted recovery for 18 months to 2 years, there ain't a 12-step program in the world that holds a candle to their long-term recovery. If you don't believe it, do some research. It's like 60% maintain long-term recovery. So who am I to tell somebody else that you don't belong in NA? Because I think I think now, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, I think the tradition says the only requirement for membership is a desire to stop using. And you know, if they ain't got that needle in their arm and it takes some assistance, some outside assistance, and I think our literature talks about that as well, for them to get 18 months, 2 years assisted, for them to have a 60% long-term recovery rate, why in the hell would I shun them and run them out of these rooms? Okay, I'm off my soapbox.
I want to.
Hold on a minute. I'm done with the internal PR. I think that is the biggest issue that we face in this area anyway, at this point in time. I don't agree with everything that NA has put out there about it. Some of the literature that they're trying to pass, I don't necessarily agree with. And if you didn't go online by the 15th and put in your opinion of the IP that they're trying to pass, that's your own fault.
Yeah.
The time has passed. However, I am a full believer that if somebody can keep a needle out of their arm or stay off some street dope, which is killing the hell out of people right now, and they need medically assisted recovery to do that with, we as an organization do not need to make them feel isolated and shunned. We need to welcome them into these rooms and say, come on, let's find you some recovery. Okay.
You just, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right, so anybody got, we'll get to that. All right, so what I want to do, the reason I got this thing up here is because there's a couple of things I want to ask you guys. Because how many of y'all know how the structure of NA works?
Upside down.
Everybody knows? You know, World Services is way down here. And all of you guys are way up here.
That's right.
Right? Okay, so what I want to do as the incoming PR chair is I want to find out what our area is looking for. Okay? I got 3 questions and we'll go through them one at a time, but the first one is, what's working? I want to know what y'all see that's working. Whether it's H&I or whether it's some other kind of outreach that NA does or whether it's just meetings or what it is. I want to know what's working. Then I want y'all to tell me what can be better. And then I want y'all to tell me what the next steps for PR needs to be. Okay? Can y'all do that? Okay. All right, so what's working? What was that?
I said, I knew where to go and what to do.
Hey, you got a twin. You got a twin. He runs this facility.
Oh,
Dude, no, really, have y'all seen him?
no.
I'm being for real. He works in that office right over here. He's a little taller than you. All right, so what's working? Y'all give me some. Y'all tell me what's working. What do y'all see that's working for NA? Look, spelling don't count.
working?
It doesn't spell it right.
What working?
That's what I said. What working?
Still clean.
Okay. So being clean is still working. Say spelling don't count. All right, come on. What's working?
The hotline.
Is there,
Hotline's working.
is there no judgment? Who said no judgment? Is there no judgment?
He was saying no judgment about
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. So what's working? Meetings.
Steps.
There you go.
step work.
Tradition. Somebody said what? Sponsors? Did somebody say
Sponsorship.
I think H&I is working personally.
Somebody else said something else.
Spiritual principles.
Somebody said traditions.
Traditions. Yeah.
Service in general.
Mm-hmm.
I think service structure.
What'd you call them?
Uh-huh.
Do you want to explain what a concept is? No, I'm being serious. Whoever said that?
The 12 concepts are the It's the government service structure of the name.
Did everybody hear that? Was everybody aware of what that was? The reason I got you to do that is because, okay, we hear about the steps and we hear about the traditions.
You never hear about the
We don't hear about the concept.
Well, you do if you have a home group and go to group conscience, you should.
Since you're a definition man.
Yeah. You kind of know me, don't you? So I'm a definition person. Yeah. An abstract idea. That's what the concept is. It's an abstract idea. And what that does is it gives us the foundation to build a service, to build a structure. Because somebody had an abstract idea, hey, this is how this needs to be built. Just like what I said, what I read a while ago, that's part of how they build it. What is the Narcotics Anonymous program? It's a program that you can come in a room and see some empathy. Can you? It's a program you can come in the room and not be judged. Really?
Sometimes.
Really? That's right. It's a program that you can come in and people wrap their arms around you. And you know, I'm not this, and Jim will call me a liar about this stuff. I'm not this empathetic person, but what I am is a person that knows that people like George Argo and some of the other people that are walking around this convention wrapped their arms around me when I came in 10 years ago.
That's right.
And said, come here and let me love on you till you can learn to love yourself. And you know, there were some hard asses too, but don't get me wrong, they call my shit. You know, don't take it the wrong way. They called me on my shit. But they loved on me with it too. They said, hey, look, this is stupid as fuck about you. Won't you try it this way? I mean, that's just real. That's just being real. You know? So, what else is working? What else you guys see that's working?
Continuity.
Continuity. All right, so that's continuity. Spelling don't count.
You got an extra.
Yeah, close. So close.
All right, Dr. Dillon.
What does continuity mean?
Oh, definition.
Definitions.
Hold on.
We have definitions.
Network.
You
Network.
gotta know how to spell it to get to that business.
Now, Siri's smart like that. She can handle that. And that, go ahead.
Definition of continuity is the unbroken and consistent existence or operation of something over a period of time.
Which sounds to me like that would be a relationship.
Yep.
There you go.
Which would go right in hand with that networking. And all three of those to me is a
Connection.
connection.
You're missing an N there. That's
Yeah,
okay.
two ends, an E, yeah, whatever.
Which relates to the therapeutic value.
Of one addict helping another. Okay? So these things are working. Does anybody got anything else that's working? That you know is working for you? Is that a pretty good outline we got for what's working? Everybody agree with that?
Oh.
There you go. Yeah.
What else?
That's hard. Yeah, I don't know. We'll be right.
Look, the markers is all kind of crazy.
They are hard.
Yeah, so whatever. Is that?
Pick a side and go with the side. Pick a side of the marker and go.
Well, yeah, I tried that. Yeah, I think that was when I did that one, I think. Or maybe that one. Yeah.
This marker.
Okay, so everybody agrees that that's what's working, right?
Oh, add unity to that thing.
There you go.
Unity. All right, so if we know that that's what's working, from a PR perspective, what could be better? What could be better?
Okay, so someone said H&I, and I appreciate it. However, is it working? Because there are currently 4 facilities in Northeast Georgia that want us to bring meetings in. but we can't because we don't have the people.
Well, I was saying it was working because I do see people from places I've been to H&I on the outside going to meetings. So where we are taking them, it is working.
Okay.
Where we're not taking them, it has no opportunity to work.
But if we had more people involved,
So what could be better to be H&I commitment from people?
more involvement.
Yeah, because the meetings are getting bigger, like when we first took them in there was like 6 or 7 people, the last one we took in there was like 29 people, 31 people. You know,
So commitment from people could be better.
How about group unity could be better? Yeah.
Okay.
Facts.
Instead of fighting each other.
That's what this one said, and you said group unity.
Actually, practicing anonymity would be great.
There you go. Even on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's look
my
that,
anonymity, no, I have the right to do my anonymity.
let's look that word up, because I think we have a big misconception of what that word really means.
Okay.
So let's look at, but I agree.
I just know I shouldn't have to sit in a meeting and worry about what I say hitting my boss man's ear.
That's right.
All right, so Google defines it as the condition of being anonymous.
Okay, so what does anonymous mean?
Face on his face.
Whoever said that's right.
Well, that's a meaning of it,
A meaning.
not only meaning. Well, people have a misconception.
Is that right?
Anonymous. Without an E.
Isn't that the new superhero?
It's our spirit.
I'm waiting. Service ain't so great in here, y'all.
Okay, we get
They
it.
have Wi-Fi.
All right, so
Okay, so Merriam-Webster defines anonymous as of unknown authorship or origin, not named or identified, or lacking individuality, distinction, or recognizability.
I'm an addict. If y'all recognize yourself as Narcotics Anonymous members as addicts, that's an equal playing field.
I mean, the next guy next to me lives in $1 million house, and this guy on the other side of me lives under a bridge. We're all just addicts.
Thank you.
That's right.
I can say I'm an addict, but I don't say you're an addict.
What you got, Dave?
I think we need a clear, kind of defined way in which at least our area relates to drug court, rehabs, probation, some kind of a statement or some kind of a policy, so to speak, where this is what we present to them when they start sending their addicts to us. This is what we mean by no surveillance. This is what we mean by anonymity. This is what we mean by sponsorship, so that they're clear about what they're expecting of their people and what we allow.
Like an orientation.
Almost like an orientation.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make a comment to that, just because I've worked with a lot of specialty courts in Jackson County. Those people, and I've heard it said in the rooms time and time again, they've dumped their problem on us. Those people that have dumped their problem on us, they want what's best for those people.
That's right.
They do. I'm here to tell you. I have sat across the table from the judges and had this conversation. They want what's best for those people. They want those people to find recovery and to maintain long-term recovery. That's what they want. It's a different reason. They want it because that's going to better their economy and their community. Because there's less stealing and less folks they got to put in jail. I don't give a damn what their reason is. They want recovery for those people. And I heard Bill say it the other day. We are a victorious organization, and this is a consequence of that. Because they see that what we do works. And
I'm a direct result of that consequence.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I agree that yes, and that is what PR needs to be doing. We need to be going and
Yeah, I don't
talking.
think those people should be shunned any more than the people who are dealing with that.
Correct.
There you go.
I love to say that. I just
Yeah.
think we ought to be clear, because there's a lot of different things going on.
Well, there's a lot of internal bitching about or fussing about signing meeting sheets and this, that, and the other. And I mean, you
We can
don't.
get on the traditions with that.
Well, I get that, but do you not think that that would make the people coming from drug court and from the rehab school a little less in and a little unwelcome if you're bitching about stamping their paper?
Yes, it does. They did. That's right.
My name's George, I'm
Hang
at,
on, George. Hang on, George. Come on, honey. Come on.
I was just gonna say a commitment to service in general, because maybe y'all are like the one really lucky area that only has H&I issues, but like,
Everybody laugh with her.
yeah, I mean, my home group has, 15 people that'll raise their hand when they say it's their home group, but I don't see 4 of them show up to the business meeting.
Oof, yeah,
So,
great.
and the same goes with the area and all the other service commitments. So any sort of.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Great.
Yes, I agree.
You have a lot of people stepping up to volunteer, but not very many following through with the commitment.
No, we don't even
No, I don't have the volunteers.
Really?
They just like to look better.
I did 42 orientations in a month. I got 2 commitments out of it.
Wow.
my name's George, I'm at it. I really feel like what we can do better to serve our area and the region and the fellowship is each home group, concentrate more on discussion of the traditions. Okay? My anonymity is my anonymity. If you come into my home group and I sign your sheet, nobody in that group can tell me what I do with my own anonymity. Of course, the judge sending them there knows me personally anyway. All right? I was fortunate enough last year to go to the World Convention on Friday. There's 10, 11,000 people there on Friday around lunchtime. They have a workshop like this, and there might have been 30 more people in that workshop than there is right here, right now. It's PR and H&I are not the most attractive, but we don't start teaching, the sponsors don't start teaching the sponsees, start teaching the newcomers that if you don't feed the fellowship, you will not survive here.
That's right.
When I came in at 36 years old and picked up my last white chip, I'm 52 now, and I try not to use that term old timer because I try to stay green, stay clean. I do have a few more days than John does, but most of the meetings I go to, unless my sponsor's there, I got the most clean time. And it's not healthy for me to have that, but back to the shunning of people in the fellowship. It's still my responsibility to make sure the coffee's there. It's still my responsibility to hug neck. It's still my responsibility to make sure they feel welcome. Somebody's key tags, whether their clean time is intact or not, really ain't none of my fucking business. My job is to make sure the meeting goes on, make sure none of y'all are trying to sleep with my newcomers, and make sure they ain't no dope being pushed in the middle. And see, everybody's interpretation of the traditions ain't fucking same. That's why we need that business meeting. That's why we need to research it. So see, right now, I'm in the process of trying to electronically get these kids involved. The 19, 20 years old that don't get the flyer at the back of the meeting, they come in, get their paper signed, and they haul at it. They can give a shit about the way we did this 20 years ago. We're trying to get them on Instagram. We're trying to get them to, half of them don't even use fucking Facebook anymore. But I believe we're going to do that by discussing the traditions. Whether or not I agree with your interpretation or not, at least we can have a healthy discussion. And you and I have had these discussions. I love you, brother. Thank you.
Come on, buddy.
JT on that.
Hey, JT.
From personal experience in our group, where it says that the requirement is a desire to stop using. Well, if you're court mandated and you're going in there just to get your damn sheet signed and you don't participate or you don't act like you're interested in what's going on, if the message is that's not being presented at your group, those are not coming back. They just gonna get their damn sheet signed and go out the door. That's where some of the shunning is going in. Some of these people are coming in just because the court says they have to be there, they're getting the hell out. They ain't seeking recovery because they're going out and doing the same damn thing again. So a lot of that discussion has gone on in our group.
Just hold on. All right. Thank you.
I'm good.
All right, hold on just 1 minute. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Because I'm on a time schedule. So, all right. So, anything else that y'all see that could be better?
Carrying the message.
Clear, concise message.
Can I point out something from an H&I standpoint? Of course you can. Okay, so, and this is just what I've seen. All right, when we go into detoxes, when we go into jails, most of those people in the jails only come to the meetings to get out of their cells for an hour.
That's right.
But you know what?
They're there.
5 years down the road, when they hit their bottom, they know where to come. Whether the seed is planted right that minute and sprouts, it doesn't matter what brought you here. I'm here from a legal consequence. I didn't give a shit about y'all's meetings when I first came. I came to get my shit signed, and I'm still here 3.5 years later.
Damn right.
Thank you. All right, so is everybody good with what could be better? Is everybody good with that? Okay. All right, so this is what I want to know. Now, I'm about some step work, and I don't mind doing footwork. And anybody that knows me knows I'm a footwork fucking
There
king.
you go.
I ain't into the result. I could give a shit less about the results. I really could. I want what to do right, what is supposed to be done. Whatever that may look like. So what I want to know is, based on what we've said could be better, based on what we've said is working, I want to know what PR needs to be doing. Y'all tell me what I need to be doing to help this fellowship grow.
Action.
Okay, what kind of action? I know it's action. I know it's action.
Productive action.
Okay, I know it's productive action. That's why we're having this meeting. This is productive action.
We got a hand right here.
Okay, so we got to evolve. How we going to evolve?
Everybody wants to say, oh, this is what's worked since, whenever the first meeting was, this is what we've done, this exact thing is what's kept everybody clean for this long. We've never lived in times like we're living in right now. We've never lived in times where everything is on your phone all the time. All this information, everything's out there. We've never lived in times with drug courts sending people to, you know what I mean? We've all, all that stuff, all that history is great, and it's great to come off of. But we also have to say, we have to grow or we stagnate and we die.
That's right.
About concept training.
Oh.
Damn! Hire him, come on.
All right, concept training.
Who you gonna find to teach
For the group.
That's
Are
not
you
how it's
talking about
supposed to be, but it's okay.
concept, the service concept?
Yes, right.
Okay, I like the way you think.
You good? Spelling doesn't count.
I'm getting it.
I know.
All right, so what else? Come on.
Since everything's on the phone and people are, isolated a lot when they come to meetings, and I just had this great idea, and my sponsor's gonna make me stand at the door and greet the newcomer. Are we just talking at them during the first step meeting? Are we engaging with them afterwards?
That's
Are they
right.
walking out the door and nobody's had to talk to them?
This is what my sponsor made me do. Now, this was the OFF.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to say it.
Sounds
Because you know what? He was as much a drug addict as I was. But after there was a gun broke out at the NA meeting when he had about 2 years clean, he decided, fuck them crazy motherfuckers, I'm going to AA. Nonetheless, he would get me to the noon meeting. Come up here, I need to talk to you. I'd get there 25, 30 minutes early. I put chairs in line while he made the coffee. And when folks started coming in that he knew and had known for years, that I had never met before, he would introduce me to them. So it's not only your sponsor sponsor telling you, you need to stand at the door and greet them people. It's your sponsor introducing you to these people that have recovered.
Leadership.
Thank you, whoever said that. The George Argos of NA.
She's hesitating.
Come on, babe.
I'm Sean Automatic. So, getting more involved, which we started to do that this year, you know, and getting the NA message out there to areas, to events, to all these other PR events that we can do that we aren't doing right now, because we don't have the manpower to do them, because we have such a small PR committee that consists of a PR chair and a PR vice chair, that, you know, all of these events where we can actually get that NA message out there, we need more people involved, just like we need more people involved with H&I. You know, we need people in our fellowship to get involved.
There's two things that we know go on in our area right now. One is drug-free Jackson County, and one is drug-free. We've been we've had a seat at the table at the drug-free hall, and we're working on a seat at the table at drug-free Jackson County. That goes back to this thing that I was talking about earlier. You guys don't have to be exposed. I'm willing to go and do that. If somebody wants to go with us, great. Come on with your commitment. To let people know, hey, you know, this is who we are. Just what was talked about a while ago. To be able to stand in there and say, hey, this is what we're willing to do as an organization, because we are bound by our traditions. This is what we can do. This is what we're willing to accept, because this is our organization. Then come to a mutual, something that works for them, but also helps our organization. Because somebody said it a while ago, if the newcomer quits coming in, guess what?
We're done. Yeah,
The
we got it.
organization's going to die. Period.
Absolutely.
Period. However they get here. You know, I think somebody made a comment the other day that said, when was the last time anybody did a 12-step call? Raise your hand if you've done one in the last year. Okay. So, you know, I know most of those folks that raise their hands, I know where y'all work.
Outside of work, okay?
I would like to get on something you said a minute ago about the going online when you were up there sharing to begin with, and put some input into the fellowship's literature. Last Thursday, the Thursday before last, I sat in on a Zoom meeting, a PR workshop from World Services. There was about 45 head. Most of them were from the United States. There was a few people from Central America, one guy from Australia. But what it gives me the opportunity to do was to listen to what other people are doing. And, I would just challenge everyone that has the opportunity to go on to the NA.org website. There is a ton of resources on any subject that you're interested in. If you think my area or your home group or my home group is doing something fucked up, by all means, find it in the literature and prove me wrong. I openly ask challenge, because without all of us gaining knowledge in that process, we will not evolve. You know, if we always do what we always did, we'll always get what we always got.
Thank you, George.
Thanks, George.
Thank y'all for your participation.
George is my spirit animal.
All right. Thank you both for speaking on this today. And